Jasmine Gergenti was born and raised in Saipan. Currently residing in Salt Lake City, Utah, the 25-year-old was on Guam recently as a special guest and keynote speaker at the Make-A-Wish Foundation Guam and CNMI's annual gala. You see, Gergenti is a former Wish kid who had her wish granted when she was about to turn 18 on Saipan.
I did get a chance to live in the Philippines at the age of 3 to 12 with my mother. This was when she lost her job in Saipan, and we unfortunately had to go back to the Philippines.
At the age of 12, she was diagnosed with goiter. Goiter is a condition where your thyroid gland grows larger. That's when Gergenti moved back to Saipan to get the proper health care that she needed.
I was glad because after getting screening with the doctors and lab tests and everything, they were able to diagnose me with thyroid cancer at the age of 14.
For the next 3 years, she received treatment for her cancer. It was when she heard about Make-A-Wish.
I was able to see my mother again. My wish was to go to Hong Kong Disneyland, and my mother was working at Hong Kong at the time, and it's always been my dream to go to Disneyland as a kid, and it was so fun, and it was actually really magical.
Not only was she grateful to Make-A-Wish for making it happen, but the wish made her realize she needed to live in the moment and enjoy it to the fullest. Her motivation? Her parents.
To make my parents proud. I am their only child after they lost their daughter from cancer as well. And hearing that news that I was also diagnosed with cancer was very difficult for them, and I wanted to stay healthy and alive so that they can continue experiencing a life with a daughter and a family.
Fast forward 7 years, she has grown from that experience. Gergenti is a recent dual MBA graduate who's about to start her job as a mental health therapist practitioner.
What inspired me to get a master's in social work and public administration is to have the ability to advocate for the marginalized population in the United States. As part of the minority group, I have been actively working with the diversity office at the university, and I have seen how underrepresented groups are unable to get the same access compared to the children who were born and raised in the United States, which is why I wanted to pursue public administration to get familiarized with the policies and the process and how to be able to improve all of the current policies that would cater better to the vulnerable groups.
As she makes her way back to Salt Lake City, she shares this message.
I myself have been fortunate enough to continue living on after going through my cancer diagnosis when I was a child. And just like many other former Wish kids who did make it as well, we are continuing to live our lives. And the Wish was a great motivator and factor that kept me on going. It was a glimpse of hope and truly a light of perspective on how life is precious and valuable, and take on opportunities as much as you can.
Jonagan Charfres, KM News.